As an Indian man, like, I mean, we're alike. You're 100 times more accomplished than I am. But as an Indian man, people like you, Satya, Sundar, all the names that we see in the Western world have elevated our status in society to a certain extent. I don't mean inside of India, but across the world. Like you, even in your own personal career, you went from one profession to another, to another, to another in completely diverse fields. What do you think is working for this small subset of Indians who are doing well internationally?
I see. Well, I don't know. I think you got to remember that we're a small subset, but we have self-selected because we were fortunate enough to get the right education and the right opportunities. I mean, if you look at a lot of the Indian CEOs who set examples around the world, a number of them studied overseas as well. I didn't. I'm one of the only ones I think you'd find who did all his education in India. I once cracked this joke with the Prime Minister. I said, "मैं ultimate make in India हूँ." I was conceived in India, educated in India, and then I came out much after working there. And so I think that does change things, and it's a self-selected group. But Nikhil, growing up in India and working there, a couple of things you learn when you work there and grow up there, and it comes in use. And for me, I can tell you my own. But like growing up in the army housing system and education system and where you lived and who you met, I took diversity for granted. We would go to Eid celebrations and Janmashtami and Christmas and Guru Nanak's birthday without thinking कि ये अलग थे.
Yeah.
I completely took it for granted.
Yeah.
I didn't understand the concept of caste and tribe. कुछ नहीं था मुझे. Until I went to college and I saw a different world outside of my sheltered world. But that first 16, 18 years of my life and that exposure and the values and the principles, my dad used to talk to the sentry at our gate with the same interest as a visiting general. These attributes are very useful no matter where you go to work, but even more so in the Western world where the respect for different people of different backgrounds was ingrained into your success. Yeah, that's one. The second is, because India had no infrastructure when I was growing up, बिजली जाती थी, सड़कें खराब थी, बारिश आएगी, the bridges get washed. Well, that's the world I lived in. And I was at Nestle, where I had to get food and product across from various places to elsewhere in order to be able to succeed. You kind of learn the concept of plan B and plan C, jugaad.
Yeah.
You learn it. The idea of being flexible, adaptable, and capable of moving quickly into a plan B and a plan C is inbuilt in you. It's a very useful asset in a career. There's very little rigidity in what we learn. That's the second thing that I see for myself. The third part of this is, and I mean this with complete humility, life is 50% luck.
Not more?
The other 50 is what you do with the luck.
Right.
Are you hanging around there and saying, मैं train में passenger हूँगा, or do you plan to be in the engine room managing where that train is going? That's up to you. Will you take the risks you need to take to make something out of that luck? But it is 50% luck for everyone. And I would argue that a lot of people leave their luck on the station platform and forget about it. That's a problem.
They don't take cognizance.
And you got to take that risk when it comes your way. And so you could argue that in my career, going from Nestle to banking, most people would think I was nuts. And then from there, I had a chance to be one of the candidates to be the next CEO of Citi, which was 250,000 people. And I quit and became the CEO of MasterCard with 4,000 people. But when I left, MasterCard's market cap was 360 billion. And Citi's was less than 100. And now everybody says, oh, look at that, he must have been smart. Not really. It's risks you take and opportunities you make out of the cards you're dealt. And so in addition to, that diversity, that flexibility, you have to be willing to be humble enough to recognize that You don't control everything. But what you do control, you better do something about.